Hey everyone, Micah here with Electrek, and today we're reviewing the Heybike Ranger S folding electric bike. Come along with us while we check it out. The Heybike Ranger S is very much a typical folding fat tire e-bike, and by that I mean it follows a similar cookie cutter setup to many similarly styled e-bikes out there, though Heybike does give it a few signature features that we've come to know and love from the company. It's not anything special, so let me start there. If you came to this review hoping to see a revolutionary new e-bike, you're going to be disappointed. But even though it doesn't do anything crazy or massively innovative, it lands a solidly designed e-bike pretty darn well. Some of the cookie-cutter elements you'll recognize from several of this style of fat tire folding e-bikes include the rear hub motor, which in this case is rated at 750 watts, that low-slung frame, and the recessed battery in that frame that is integrated yet removable. The really cool thing about that battery though is that Heybike says it's UL listed, and in fact the entire bike's drivetrain is also UL listed, which is a major boon for safety. It's not a massive battery, but rather fairly average at 48 volts and 14.4 amp hours or 692 watt hours total. But since this is an e-bike that you're likely going to want to take off-road at some point, I'm glad to see they didn't cut corners with a small 10 amp hour battery. In fact, off-roading is surprisingly fun on this little folder. Those fat tires and the hydraulic suspension fork give it the kind of handling you'd want on a recreational off-roader. I say recreational because you can have some fun with it, and I do enjoy doing a few gratuitous donuts as much as the next guy, but you're best advised to stick to fairly basic nature trails and not attempt anything too technical. Sure, it's got nice hydraulic brakes to make sure things don't get too far away from you, but the fat tires and overall budget design of the bike just means you're not going to be taking it on any expert level downhill bike trails. Let's put it that way. For everyday recreational off-roading though, it's plenty fun and plenty sufficient. Like I said, it may not be innovative, but the bike does a good job at fulfilling the needs of a basic everyday electric bike. Now, one of the advantages of having a traditional, and you might even say boring frame design, is that the folding actually works well. We've seen some folding e-bikes that have weird folding mechanisms or really innovative frames, and yeah, it's fun to see something different sometimes, but it often makes those bikes either cumbersome or just awkward to fold. In this case, we've got a fairly traditional frame, but it makes folding a breeze. You can see now we're all set up. We've got that nice guard down there for the chainring, and we're folded. It's not some complicated mechanism that's going to be hard to do in the real world. It's something you can actually fold yourself. Now, just because Heybike didn't get too fancy here with the frame or folding mechanism doesn't mean they didn't give us some nice features. And I'm not just talking about the included rack and fenders, though those are good value parts to see. Those are nice, but check out the big honkin' headlight and the included tail light. Yep, those are turn signals built right in. Now, I'm not saying these are ideal. I still like to throw out a hand signal if I see several cars around me, since I'm not sure the drivers correctly understand that these are turn signals, but they're nice to have and they just give a little extra bit of visibility. At this price, which is currently $1,499, I'd say the Heybike Ranger S does a pretty darn good job of fulfilling the basic needs that a fat tire folding e-bike is all about. People generally like these types of bikes for two reasons. The fat tires make them comfortable, and the 20-inch folder design makes them fairly small, low, and easy to mount. And that's what you get here. It's not an overly sexy bike, it's not overly lightweight at 72 pounds or 33 kilos, and it's not overly high-tech. But it is fairly priced and it does work well. Heybike has been doing a good job lately of releasing several nicely spec'd bikes with reasonable price points, and the Heybike Ranger S fits that bill nicely. I can't say it blows me away in any single regard, but it does leave me quite satisfied in each of them. Thanks for watching, everyone. We hope you enjoyed that review of the Heybike Ranger S folding e-bike. If you did, why don't you give this video a thumbs up? And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss any of our future electric vehicle videos. We'll see you here next time.